I had loved her madly. Why does one love? Why does one love? How queer it is to see only one being in the world, to have only one thought in one's mind, only one desire in the heart, and only one name on the lips. A name which comes up continually, rising like the water in a spring, from the depths of the soul to the lips. A name which one repeats over and over again, which one whispers ceaselessly everywhere, like a prayer. I am going to tell you our story, for love only has one, which is always the same. I met her and loved her. That is all. And for many years I have lived on her tenderness, on her caresses, in her arms, in her dresses, on her words, so completely wrapped up and bound in everything which came from her, that I no longer cared whether it was day or night, or whether I was dead or alive on this old earth of ours.
Rest in peace, my friend.
From dust we come, to dust we return. I wouldn't return to the cemetery if I was you.
What are you talking about?
At the end, we become what we fear.
Do you like my dress?
So this is the logline/synopsis that I wrote up for Was It a Dream, based on my understanding of it. The main themes I feel expressed in this story are love, loss, denial, and truth. The protagonist, Jacques, to me at the start seemed like someone who had been consumed by love and who was lost without his significant other. I channeled the emotion of his monologue into my cutting, mostly through rhythm and pace. I really liked the motion shots, as they kind of ease you in and out of the speech. So I used it as a master shot, and then intercut some of the close-ups while he was talking, cutting to those when he started a new sentence or had a different tone. In scene 11, I preferred to use the close-up shots when Jacques was looking at Yolanda's grave and when the gravedigger was talking, as these were more important and emotional shots. The long shots I used at the beginning and at the end to ease the scene in and out and establish a setting. This was an important scene, as it was Jacques still in his grieving spots before he starts seeing Yolanda and drinking and ghosts and everything. So this scene was more about grievances, so I tried to keep the pace quite slow and steady, apart from the dialogue shots where I cut between them just as the script directs. I also cut these two clips together, joining the action, to highlight their look at Jacques, as following the script direction of everyone looks suspicious, like they know something that Jacques doesn't. I did a little bit of script manipulation to scene 13, where I found the narrative to be a little unclear. I don't know if I was missing a few shots, or whether the director completely changed the scene. So for this one, I simply used one of the master shots and cut it into the shot of Yolanda in the mirror. Scene 18 was the complicated one, as it's quite hard to decide which shot was for which purpose in the script. So what I've got at the moment I think works rather well. And there are a few points I'm a little bit iffy on, as like I didn't have a shot to connect the movements, or some of the details of the script seem to be missing. This scene had big tone differences in it. Firstly, we have a depressed Jacques that comes as Zea's wife Grace, but then he breaks away to avoid detection by the seemingly ever-present gravedigger, which then causes him to panic as he uses Yolanda's grave. And then things go weird as he sees the ghosts, and finally the big heartbreak where he sees Yolanda's truth. I did quite simple cutting, and I played around with what shots to use a lot. I settled on this cutting mostly because of its ease. I like the clips where Jacques sees the gravedigger and where he sees the ghosts. I wanted to keep the scene quite eerie, but still showing Jacques' character as being consumed by love and loss. The massive low point of the narrative is when Jacques sees Yolanda's truth. I dragged this out a little with long shots of him standing at the grave and his reaction, and then a close-up of the grave for kind of a maximum impact. Now, I didn't do a lot of sound manipulation, mostly because, confessionally, I don't know how, but also every track I tried with it seemed to kind of distract from the narrative more than anything, so I left it scoreless. I think this also helps kind of bring in a bit more emotion to it. A few of the shots had dodgy audio with like scratchy sounds or intruding sounds like an aeroplane or dogs barking, so I tiptoed around most of those.